Welcome. Reading Goodnight Stories with Bored Grandma. Hello, grandchildren. Grandma here. Did you have fun playing outside today? Are you ready for bed? Do you have your teeth brushed? If so, then here we go. Tonight I'm going to read to you fairy tales and fables. The Teeny Tiny Woman. Once upon a time, there was a teeny tiny woman who lived in a teeny tiny house in a teeny tiny village. One day, the teeny tiny woman put on her teeny tiny bonnet and went out of her teeny tiny house to take a teeny tiny walk. And when the teeny tiny woman had gone a teeny tiny way, she came to a teeny tiny gate. So the teeny tiny woman opened the teeny tiny gate and went into the teeny tiny churchyard. And when the teeny tiny woman had got into the teeny tiny churchyard, she saw a teeny tiny bone on a teeny tiny grave. And the teeny tiny woman said to her teeny tiny self, "This teeny tiny bone will make some teeny tiny soup for my teeny tiny supper." So the teeny tiny woman put the teeny tiny bone into her teeny tiny pocket and went to her teeny tiny house. Now when the teeny tiny woman got home to her teeny tiny house, she was a teeny tiny tired. So she went up to her teeny tiny stairs to her teeny tiny bed and put the teeny tiny bone into a teeny tiny cupboard. And when the teeny tiny woman had been to sleep for a teeny tiny time, she was awoken by a teeny tiny voice from the teeny tiny cupboard, which said, "Give me my bone." And this teeny tiny woman was a teeny tiny frightened, so she hid her teeny tiny head under the teeny tiny cloth and went to sleep again. And when she had been to sleep again a teeny tiny time, the teeny tiny voice cried out from the teeny tiny cupboard, a teeny tiny louder, "Give me my bone." This made the teeny tiny woman a teeny tiny more frightened. So she hid her teeny tiny head in a teeny tiny farther under the teeny tiny cloths. And when the teeny tiny woman had been to sleep again a teeny tiny time, the teeny tiny voice from the teeny tiny cupboard said again, a teeny tiny louder, "Give me my bone." And the teeny tiny woman was a teeny tiny bit more frightened, but she put her teeny tiny head out of the teeny tiny cloths and said in her loudest teeny tiny voice, "Take it!" The end. Now off to dreamland you go.